What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Cage is back, and it's time for a brand new video. It is match week, but we're not there yet. But what I want to speak about is something that a couple of you guys have mentioned to me on Instagram, and I thought it'd be a good topic for a video. And listen, this is your chance. You guys love telling me we need a 9, we need a goalkeeper, we need this, we need that. This is the video for you to do so, because I want to speak about what I believe Leeds United need to do once we do get promoted. And I did say when we get promoted, yes. But before I get into that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, drop your thoughts and comments below. Now, getting straight into this, because it is an interesting topic, and we will talk about this more in live streams nearer to the time, especially as we come closer to January. I've already talked about Matthias Kisgarden, who I think would be brilliant for the Championship and the Premier League, potential Premier League as well. But I want to talk about the models in terms of what Leeds United need to follow. And I want to put this in the right way. I think Leeds United should build their own model. I don't think we should be looking at any of the teams that got promoted last season and looking at them going, this is how we should do it. I think Leeds United, with the pool, with the financial resources that we'll have in the Premier League, with the name, the history behind us, I think we can be aiming higher. And I think more of Nottingham Forest when they went up. Nottingham Forest have been at the Premier League for how many years? 20 plus years or something close to that. In their first season back, they're loaning Keylor Navas on loan. And I think Leeds United are in that boat. I think our club has that much weight behind it. We don't need to go down the road of what other clubs have done. Now, in the terms of who went up last season, Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester, I think in terms of our squad as it is now, I think we're more closer to a Southampton where it's good Championship. It's got some Premier League quality in there. It's a solid Championship team, but it will need work. It's going to need work when we get up, people. And let me just say this before I continue. I'm not expecting us when we go back up to finish 10th. I'm not expecting that. But what I want is us to be a bit more comfortable. And I think with the players that we can attract, we can be a bit more comfortable. Maybe even finish 15th. You know, let's get dizzy. Let's get dizzy. Finish 15th. But of course, if we finish 17th on our first year back, that will be a success. But I don't feel that we should be following any of the promoted teams' models. Now, there's differences with all three. Like I said, I think we're closer to a Southampton. What Ipswich have done, and I've said this from the summer and through the transfer window, and I maintain it. Ipswich are aiming to finish where we can see them right now, 17th. If they finish there, that is job done for them. They are looking for that. And what they did is they bought a load of high-end Championship talent and are saying, look, if we stay in the Premier League, awesome. But if we get relegated, we're going to be the favourites to come back up with the squad that we've got, because what they've got in that team probably blitzes a Championship record if they get to keep every single player. So Ipswich are looking for that. They bought all good Championship talent. But for me, Leeds United can buy established talent that Ipswich can't attract. And that's going to be the difference between us and them when we're in the Premier League. Southampton, I feel they didn't recruit well enough for me. I feel they recruited too many youngsters. Now, I've got some youngsters I want Leeds United to invest in, but they're high end. They're high end, but they're not expensive. And if you look at that as well with Ipswich as well, 25 million on Amari Hutchinson. I think he's got 1 assist in 10 games. You can get that anywhere, people. That's little, but that's a lot of money on an outlay for a player that's delivered very little so far. And that's where I don't want Leeds to get tripped up again. We've been there, done that in our second stint in the Prem. It wasn't pretty. The difference with Leicester, I felt we would have been more of a Leicester if we went up last season, because like Leicester, they have sprinkles of stardust in their team that just make them that bit different, so that they can add a Jordan Ayew in there. And Jordan Ayew, I don't rate him one bit, but he's got that bottom of the league, bottom of the Premier League know-how. He knows how to come in clutch at times where you need those points at the bottom of the table. But what Leicester done, they can add him in because they got to keep Mavadivi. They got to keep Fatou Awu. They got to keep Jamie Vardy, who even at his age is still a top striker. Age don't matter with Jamie Vardy. He is still a legend, all right? He is still the man. So what Leicester have done there is that they've got to keep those good players and add a bit of Premier League know-how in there. Don't rate the 2 central midfielders they got. You know me, Harry Winks, and who's the other one? Who's the other one? Oliver Skip. Miss me with those. I think Leeds United can do better than that, and for much lesser money as well, especially in terms of Skip with how much he cost. So that's where we're different with Leicester, because we don't have the Somerville anymore. We don't have the Jorginho. We've got Nonto. in that kind of Stardust way. But other than that, everything else is kind of unknown, or what we've seen before isn't quite good enough. So that's why we're not, for me, at the where Leicester are and where they could add like a Jordan Ayew. Because if we had added a Jordan Ayew, he'd probably be one of our main players, and we don't want that, people. So what I'm saying here is, when we do go up, there is surgery to be done on this squad. There is. And I know some of you are getting attached. I mean, I even had somebody say that they would sign Rothwell on a permanent deal. Let me just say now, that is a bad idea. Signing Rothwell in the Premier League, you're just asking to get relegated. As much as I like Rothwell at this level, and that's where you have to differentiate the two people. There are going to be some players that will excel at this level, but when it comes to the Prem, you need a little more. And as you're looking at the table now, and I've left the table on here for a purpose, I've left it on here for a reason, just to show you how difficult it is when you come out of the Championship into the Prem, no matter your recruitment, because the gaps in the leagues now are just, they've never been greater. They've never been greater. That's why recruitment is going to be so important. So for me, you know, I'd already start. I'm not going to give names in this one. I'm going to wait for a live stream and do that with you. But you need a solid goalkeeper, you know. And I'm seeing you guys mention Kelleher. Not for me. Not for me. I think that we need to get an established international quality goalkeeper that's 30, 31, who's got a couple of, has got more than a few good years left in him. And that's the road I will go down. And I've got a name in mind for that. I've got a couple actually. But that's the difference. We don't need Kelleher for me. And listen, I don't think he'll be in Leeds bracket anyway, because I think the hype around him, he's a Liverpool player. I think he's going to get another move like, say, Brighton or something like that. I think he's going to go to one of those teams, West Ham, something like that. I think he's going to move on to one of those. So I'm not worried about that. But what Leeds can do is go cheaper and better as well. Goalkeeper is just a start. We've seen around the team, we're going to need wingers as well. You know, at this point in time, Nanto, even though he's playing a 10, is our only out and out, for me, real Premier League quality. And we'll see that as well with Nanto in the Prem again, if he's still with us. Hopefully he is. And you'll see just the player that we had first time when he first joined the football club, a difference maker in the league, because it's a different mentality. It's a different style of play. It's not so gung-ho in the Premier League. He will get a little bit of space because he won't be doubled up on, because the quality of defender in the Prem is just better, where they don't need to really double up on you unless you're just like a Mo Salah or someone like that. And that's the difference with us. When we're Leeds United and we have Red Bull, we have the 49 Enterprises and everyone else, you know, the recent deal with Fanatics, and that won't stop when we're in the Premier League. Our pull will be greater, much greater. Even Southampton, more established in the Prem than us, cool, but they won't have the gravitas that Leeds United do. We can do better than what Ipswich have done in terms of recruitment. One that's gone well for them so far, Sammy Schmadix, he's doing all right. Those are the kind of players that you're going to need there. Just a little, like a battle axe in the midfield. Maybe we can go back and take Harmer off Sheffield United. You know, one of those. But I'm just saying, for me, I don't want Leeds United to copy any model. I want them to create their own. Create your own. Build your own lane and make other people go, well, if Leeds United can do that, maybe we can, even though they can't because they're not Leeds. You know, one of those. So that's where I stand on it in terms of promotion. We will need additional bodies. That's not even up for debate. But I want to know from you people, what do you think we're going to need when we do go up? And this is just for the people that believe we will go up. If you don't think we're going to go up, save your typing fingers. You don't need to say anything. Like, you know, this is for people that think we're going to go up. What do you think that we need in terms of promotion? So that's it for the video today. I will be back for another one. Listen, we're going to have to speak about the January window. I mean, I've been speaking about it already, but we're going to have to get into more detail about that very soon, as, you know, we're almost at the end of November. It's crazy how fast time is going. But people, that is the video. Like the video before you go. Put your suggestions, comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.